Welcome to Radio Concierto.
Oh, gracias.
We are very excited with your concert in November.
Oh, yeah, but I'm excited for the concert.
You're excited too?
We had such a wonderful concert in 2019 for you, and I'm sorry it's taken so long for us to return, but COVID and all the bits and
Yes.
pieces. So come 2020, everything stopped, and just like
Yes.
forever. But we're coming back November.
Okay, Mark, let's start the interview.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
please. Yeah.
Level 42 has an incredible history that began at late 70s. No? Could you
1980. Yeah.
see? Could you
1980.
tell us the band, how was formed and what inspired you to have this musical journey?
Yeah, for sure. Well, my name's Mark King. I'm the bass player and singer, and one of the singers in Level 42. And it was four friends that met up in late 1979, and we used to rehearse at Mike Lindup, the keyboard player, who is still in the band with us today. We used to rehearse at the Guildhall School of Music, where Mike was a student, and Mike is. I'm not a very great musician, but Mike is wonderful. Mike knows all the things. So, and we used to go and rehearse there, and we were having such a lot of fun playing together as friends but of course, our dreams were that this is what we did for fun, but we would try and go and join other bands. But it never happened. Somebody came along, heard us playing, and said we'd like to record this, and then bosh, off we went, and it's 44 years ago now that we were doing that, and I can't believe, one, how quickly the time has passed. The time has just gone boom, and two, how lucky we've been to have traveled the world, and we come to amazing countries like Chile and play for you guys. It's been fantastic. I've been very blessed.
Why do you call Level 42?
Well, there was a book that I was reading back in 1979, along with the guitarist Boone Gould. We both enjoyed this book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it's sort of a humorous science fiction book. And we've always really loved science fiction. So a lot of the early songs that we had in Level 42 were things like Dune Tune, which was the sort of Frank Herbert novels, Dune trilogies, and Isaac Asimov books, Foundation and Empire. So we had a song called Foundation and Empire. And basically the story of the number 42 is that a computer in this advanced civilization worked out the meaning of life and why we're here and everything. And the number is, because it was a complicated question, the number was a mathematical solution to the question. And of course, the people didn't understand when the computer said, well, the answer to life and God and everything is 42. Wow. And they went, well, that doesn't mean anything. And the computer said, well, do you understand the question? And ta-da!
It's very profound, no?
It's very profound, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Songs like Lessons in Love and Something About You are still beloved by fans. I personally love them too. Do you remember any special moment related to any of those songs?
Well, interestingly, Something About You and Lessons in Love were both very much group compositions. We got together, in fact, in a loft in the house that I was living in London at the time, and we all had our contribution to the song. So it's like in Something About You, Phil, the drummer, had this wonderful keyboard sequence that ran up. And, when we started sitting and playing it, it just sort of sprang into my head, this whole verse sequence. So we put that out, and the songs were written very, very fast. And I think it's lovely when a collaboration works and the whole thing just flows. So by the end of 2 hours, we had the whole thing done and dusted, and and it's lovely then when you go and record it and you put it out, and the song becomes successful. I think there is something in that, We
Yeah,
didn't have to.
collaboration.
Yeah, yeah.
Collaboration is the key, no?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Very much so. And when it flows so easily like that, and then it goes out and everybody likes it, there's a key to it. I wish I knew what the key was though, because then I could do it again. But I can't.
Did you ever think those songs will still be popular decades later?
Absolutely not. It's a constant source of amazement and joy, of course, that I can still tour with these songs. And you know, I absolutely love playing the songs because I know the audience want to hear them. Who'd have thought? You know, when you asked me earlier on, how did we, you know, we started and we got the name. Um, we definitely had conversations then saying, how long do we think the band would last? And we couldn't see it going. You know, we thought, well, if we're still around in 3 years' time, it'll be amazing. And here we are 44 years later and
Yeah.
still making the music. It's crazy
And amazing.
and amazing. And it's crazy in a good way. Yeah, good crazy.
Over the years, you and Level 42 has played in numerous places around the world. Do you have any particular concert that do you remember for a funny anecdotes or
Well,
I don't know,
it's
only?
you know, well, I'm talking to you now. We're in the beginning of July, and always at the end of June, there's a very famous festival that's held over here in Britain. It's called Glastonbury, and it's a
Glastonbury.
very, very big pop festival that really has been running since the Woodstock era, you know, so the end of the 60s, and it's just every year it gets a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. I think they had over 3,000 artists playing there this year,
Yeah.
and sort of 220,000 people go and watch all of these different acts playing, and it's a beautiful thing. And we got to sort of headline the Sunday night there back in 1986, and it's still a concert that sticks in my mind, and I know the other guys feel the same way too, is that there was something really, really magical about it, because it's only when you look back on it, it's funny, isn't it? With hindsight, you look back and you say, wow, that was incredible. I think at the time we were kind of nervous about it and
Mm.
doing it, but when it's done, you look back and you go, wow, you know,
Wow.
we did that. We did that.
How has the experience of playing live changed from the 80s to now?
Um, do you know, I don't think it's changed very much. I personally, I don't feel the pressure that there used to be when we were definitely sort of releasing new material and we were competing and we were just traveling constantly around the world, going to all the different countries, promoting whatever album it was we would just released. I don't have those pressures anymore because we don't do that anymore. Now we just go around and we play the old songs that people want to hear from us. So for me, it's very, very relaxed now and it's just a lot of fun.
Level 42 music has crossed generations. How has it been to see new generations discover and enjoy your music with the
But
social media, for example?
we certainly see them, you know. I was just saying then, Maria Elena, about playing festivals
Yeah.
is a wonderful way to reach an audience that perhaps weren't aware of your music. Because of course, the if you go on tour, as the band, you know, if we do a level 42 tour, well, then the audience come to see level 42. When you play a festival, you're one of many, many artists who are appearing on the stage. So and you have an audience that aren't necessarily there to see you. Some will be, but most of them will be there to see other artists. And if your band's really good, you can pick up new fans. So it's always a joy for me that when we do go out and tour again, I see new faces in the audience, and you see young people, and of course the the mums and dads that have grown up and had their young families that were up fans of ours have been playing. So these kids have grown up listening to our music from their mum and dads in the sitting on the back seat of the car, and now here they are. They bring in their children to the shows. It's a good family affair.
I will bring my daughter, 18 years old daughter, to your show.
Please do. Oh, that would be great. It'd be lovely to meet her for sure.
We are very excited about the concert in Chile in November. What are your expectations for this show, and how are you're preparing for it?
Well, I'm really hoping that we will have as much fun as we had the last time we visited you guys back in 2019. And I don't see why it wouldn't be the same. You know, the audience were wonderful. Everybody looked after us. You know, we had such a fantastic time. Great memories of playing there, and it funnily enough that visiting Chile that first time sort of inspired me to look more into the ancient history of Chile, which is something that I personally find interesting. So the whole megalithic you know, the megalithic relics that you have in that country are amazing to me. You know, that we have Stonehenge here and all of these old sort of stone artifacts that you have around the country, which I find really compelling. That intrigues me very much, because you talk about global history that spans you know, millennia, and I love that. I absolutely love that, and it makes me feel young, because that when I realize I'm not even that old. So when we come back and we see you guys, we're gonna just be bringing the funk, playing the songs that I hope you're gonna want to hear from us, and we'll have a fantastic time.
Would you please send a message to your Chilean fans?
Oh yes, please. Let me say thank you so much for liking Level 42, because we love you guys. So let's get together in November, and we'll see you, and we will have a huge party.